Are we live? We are live. Hello,
Hi.
everyone. I'm Allison. Welcome to My Weekly Meltdown's very first live YouTube rant about Big Brother. I've got two very special guests. I actually have to apologize real quick to my mom because she got upset with me the other day when I said I'm going to have my first ever guests on the show. I actually had them on a recorded version of Big Brother when we covered Big Brother 19. So sorry, Mom. This is my first live guest. I have Deborah G. and Phaylen Fairchild, both Sequester alumni and Big Brother experts. At least we're going to call ourselves that for now.
You know it.
You know it. So you guys go ahead and introduce yourselves, and I'm going to be very amateur and post this link live on Facebook. So everyone knows that we're live right now.
Don't forget to put it on Twitter.
Yeah, Twitter and all that. Yay. So y'all go ahead and do your
Phaylen.
thing.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
I was having a little bit of a panic attack because it was like you're muted. And I was like, oh, of course I am. I walk through life on mute. Nobody listens to a damn thing I say. So I'm surprised to be here myself because that means somebody's interested in what the hell I got to say. So,
I know. Like, you'd be amazed. Some people either love to hear me talk or they hate to hear me talk. So it just depends.
Well, I pride myself on how many times I can make people go, what the fuck, in a day. So let's just start there. I think that's a good benchmark. I really do. I feel like did I already drop an F-bomb, Allison? And I know
you did.
Well,
it's okay. It's okay.
I'm so sorry, but I'm telling you what, trash begets trash, and I'm just going to spill all of it. So I'm going to work my heart. I'm going to try.
Honey, do you?
Girl, I've been doing that for 5 years, honey. Haven't you been in a relationship this long term? I have no choice but to do me. Usually in the bathtub after 9 o'clock.
Wow. We've already taken such a dark turn.
No,
where's the disclaimer? Did you put up your disclaimer yet?
Yeah. I always have to, y'all, real quick, I always have to do this because there are those people out there. If you don't have a sense of humor and you take life too seriously, please exit now. The exit is at the top right X. That's how that works. Because I know, some people want to tell me how much I suck and I need to get a life. But then again, you have such a big life that you can tell me I suck. So please just do us both a favor. Nobody has time today. Nobody.
No, we don't. No. No, we didn't put on all this face to be told we suck.
That's right.
Yeah, at least not until after midnight when the wig is slipping and the shit's already smeared. then we'll talk about it. I charge extra because my teeth come out. Just letting you know.
Come out. Oh my God.
Oh my.
Oh no. So why am I here again? What are we doing? Okay. I'm so sorry. I've taken the train and literally put it on a different track. So I'm bringing us back.
Speaking of taking your teeth out and hooking for free, Brandi Glanville. No, I'm kidding.
Good. That was such a beautiful segue. I couldn't have done that better myself. I'm not like Deb over here putting my leg behind my head. I'm not sure. I got nothing to prove, bitch. So let's just move on. Brandi Glanville, I got to tell you, I don't like her in real life. I think it takes a very special person that's willing to fall out of Westgate, which is a club that I used to go to in New York, with the tampon string hanging out of your cooch and be photographed. Be photographed like that as you're being carried to a cab. So Brandi Glanville has absolutely zero alcohol tolerance, clearly. And I know drag queens who had to sit the bitch down at their nightly show in New York. So that's kind of, she's a bit out there. She's not like somebody, like I personally think that it's what I aspire to be. Like if you ever see me with a tampon string hanging out, don't get mad and take a picture. Just pat me on the back and say, good job, Phaylen. It's a step above where you
won at life.
That's right. I have. But unfortunately for Brandi, I think that this is a good place for her in the Big Brother house because I think that there's a lot of bigger targets than her. So she can sit and drink and run her mouth. And they're just like, oh, you poor, pitiful little bitch. And they're just going to go put their targets on people who seem much more of a threat than Brandi. Because let's face it, that bitch probably don't know her ABCs, much less can she actually do anything that's of any relevance to the game. She looks important. She looks like she might know something, but it's all hair extensions. It's mascara and lies, bitch. She don't know shit. So
it's
I'm
like
not threatened
I said
by
the
her.
other day. Yeah, I mean, it's like I said the other day. I didn't know you could request riching. I didn't know you could request resting bitch face for your Botox injections, because she is that constant just bitch look on her face. But
Yeah.
I honestly, I didn't know who she was really, because I don't watch the Real Housewives of anything. And I figured out that she was married to Eddie Cibrian, who is now married to Leanne Rimes, and they actually he cheated on her with Leanne Rimes. So that's where I knew her from. So a lot of these people are just like, I didn't know who James Maslow is. I still don't really know yet.
No, I have no idea who he is either.
Other than he looks very much like my former sequester castmate James Huey. I mean, almost spitting image. But James Huey is adorable. He's a lot cuter.
Yes.
But
you have to introduce me.
Yeah, I will. But first and foremost, guys, this is first we need to cover the eviction episode of Celebrity Big Brother, episode 3, which started out the nominations of James and Chuck, which turned into the house flipping, and instead of James going, Chuck went. And apparently this happened the night before, and a bunch of drama went down. I actually, to be honest, I saw a shift in the house when the whole bag thing happened, and Keisha Knight, Rudy Huxtable Pulliam became the new HOH.
Yeah.
And there was like, to me, I have like, it's like HOH-itis.
She has HOH-itis big time.
That sounds like something you need an antibiotic for.
Yeah.
I mean, she already sees herself and Omarosa in the finale.
Yes.
And that's like one HOH, and she's already done. She's won the game. She's counting the money. She's done.
Right. And I totally want to say that, for the record, I understand why they flipped the house. I know a lot of people think Chuck was boring. I thought he was to me, he just seemed sweet. And my problem is, when I get around people like that, I just want to protect them. But I understand why they all flipped, because they were, at the end of the day, playing Omarosa and Keisha's game. And they were the one, Shannon was the one getting the blood.
Right. She was getting a target on her back. Right. Meanwhile, they want her to use the veto just for shits and giggles, you know, just to send a message to the guys. But meanwhile, that's putting all the blood
that was
on
actually
Shannon.
strategic. That was Omarosa targeting Shannon without Shannon realizing what she's doing.
Exactly.
So then we would have Shannon with everybody that would automatically count as a vote against her should she come up on the block or up for eviction. So that the more people that Omarosa can get Shannon to piss off means the longer that Omarosa is going to stay.
Right.
So she's a clever one. She's incredibly smart. But I'm telling you what, if there's anybody scared in that house right now, it's Omarosa. She won't let on, but she's got her back up, and she is absolutely terrified because she thought she was running this.
Well, can I give you a little spoiler on how terrified she is?
How terrified is she?
She's actually in the hospital right now.
Are you full of crap?
No,
Wait,
I'm serious.
What did happen?
Spoiler. All right, whoa, hold on a bit. Okay, so this means, okay, hold on. So she's gone.
She's in the hospital right now. She's currently not in the house. Apparently last night during the HOH competition, she must have had an asthma attack, and she is milking the fuck out of that asthma attack, let me tell you.
Okay, so she didn't like fake a mental meltdown and decide she couldn't do it anymore. That kind of thing.
If you think about, we don't know that because she's still not back. I'm sorry, but
Omarosa would never confess
an asthma attack,
to not being able to do something. So she would actually make it look like it's the fault of something else.
Yeah, like what's
she's
her name?
Milking it.
Yeah. Oh, that's crazy. I didn't realize that. Okay, hold on. No more spoilers. We gotta get.
I'm just saying.
That took me so off guard.
Milking it to the I don't even know, because they're just going to give her an asthma treatment and then send her on her way. It doesn't take all this time. How many hours has it been? I'm sorry, but no. Because when they get preferential treatment, they are in and out.
Who is the chick from 19 that had the foot surgery? Like, I can't remember her name. Christmas. Like, That's so memorable. These people.
Her name is Christmas.
Her name was really Christmas, and she broke her foot or something, and had surgery. Got to vote from the hospital bed. Yada yada. So I can totally see if they're gonna accommodate somebody like Christmas, there's no telling what they're gonna do for Omarosa. Right. Wow, because last night. Well, here's the thing. Shannon, to me, some of these people that some of these people in the house, like Omarosa was saying that Shannon is not telling me who's strategizing with her now and won't tell me anything. And like, I'm supposed to sit here and believe that Melissa and Ariana are masterminds of anything. And that kind of pissed me off because you never know what people are doing or how they're playing the game.
Marissa is playing.
She's playing. And it's like
she's smart.
They like to throw that freaking word I hate more than anything, floater around. I think floater does apply to some people like Meta World Peace, but you really don't know from, my experience of playing in other people, you never know what someone's doing. You never know what kind of game they're playing. Just because you don't know what they're up to and what they're doing and they're not doing it to your face doesn't mean that they're not playing the game. Marissa may not be a big physical threat, but could be a mental threat.
Yes.
The jury's still out on Ariana. I'm not trying to be hateful, but she sure is pretty to look at.
Can I tell you who I think is actually running this? I mean, I really feel like there is a front runner at this point. That's clear and evident to everyone.
Ross.
And I don't. Thank you. Exactly. Yes. Ross Matthews has been invited behind enemy lines as one of the girls, even though when they talk about him, they exclude him from their conversations,
which
from their
so
numbers.
Rude.
I mean, they're literally, it's not even to the point where it's rude. If you want to be tactical and strategic, it's stupid because you've got somebody right here that you're actually saying to them, I'm going to get rid of you. This is a one-night stand. By morning time, you're going to be kicked out into the cold with your panties in your hand. I've been there, done that, bitch. Let me just tell you. But okay, anyway, back to Ross. So, this is the thing. He knows exactly everything they're doing, and he is savvy enough and smart enough to sit there and listen and take it all in. And then I know he goes back to people like Mark and is cozying up to Mark and cozying up to the boys because he is in a perfect position to play the middle right now. He doesn't have any enemies. So he can coast quite invisibly with all the information coming from both sides. And that is the best position to be in, because being in the middle, like I've been there before too. But let me tell you what, I know that Ross knows exactly what he's doing. And he is not stupid. So don't sleep on Ross. Don't sleep on Ross.
Well, the thing is that Omarosa and Rudy, what the hell's her name? Keisha. They are under the assumption, not Brandi, Omarosa and Keisha are under the assumption that nobody knows the game better than they do. Omarosa actually said it to Keisha because they're apparently super fans.
Right.
They don't know that, what's her name? Ross is a super fan that's been watching since day one, season 1. And who else? Shannon. She's a super fan too.
Yep.
Yeah, but she's got to bring it down a notch, man. She has
painted a big target on herself.
Winning everything, and just kind of.
The thing is that it's such a fast-paced game.
Yeah.
After this week, it's going to be so fast-paced. You can't help but have to try to win everything you possibly can because it's just so quick. The game's going to be over before you know it.
I think winning right out of the gates puts a target on you. And when it's this fast-paced, everybody's going to be so distracted because we're at an accelerated rate in terms of Big Brother. This is more like sequester in a house on speed. This is literally, they're going to have to make fast-paced, quick decisions without the time to stop and think about, does this mascara go with this lipstick? They're not going to have time to beauty blend. They've got to make quick, snap judgments, which is apparently what you did today with your face, Deborah, but I'm not just saying it now. Sorry.
Bitch!
What?
I'm sorry. I'm throwing in a little read because it just felt like natural at that point in time. So sorry, Debs. Allison,
you're killing me.
It was a bit. It was just a bit. Sorry, but it's a snap decision. You don't have time to be making all these like preparations and all these deliberations. You don't.
No.
You
I can't be
do
extra
You
like
have to be
that.
quick. Yes, you can. You can. I'll
Everyone
teach you,
has
Deb.
the ability to be extra. Trust me. It's in there. You just got to tap into it.
That's right.
So last night, after the let me ask you something. And thank you, Stephen Holden, for commenting. Ross Matthews for the win. We have like one person chatting right now. So please, if you guys are watching and you have something to say, we're reading them. So that's it. That's all we got right now.
Doesn't matter what you have to say.
Just say it, please.
Say it.
That's why we're here. Hi, Busy Blue. Busy Blue made it. That's awesome. Let me ask you a question. They had 4 former contestants on last night. They had Ian, they had Derek, they had Nicole, who I love the haircut, and Josh, who won Big Brother 19. And Ian said, if they keep James, he will ultimately win the game. Now, I'll admit,
not necessarily.
I've been a little harsh on James. I think he's adorable. I think his heart's in the right place. And actually, after last night's episode, he kind of grew on me a little bit. Like, I actually got his sense of humor, which is kind of scary.
James.
So, yeah, James. So, I lost my train of thought. What was I saying? Anyway,
Something
do you
about
guys
James.
think he has, is this going to be the kind of scenario where we could have got him out week 1, and here we are, it's the final 4, final 3, and do you think it could get to have that kind of scenario? Because that happens. It seems like in Big Brother history, if you don't get the person out that you really should get out during the first eviction or the second, that person always ends up at the end somewhere.
Well, it's either going to be he's a great meat shield and, you know, you're going to keep him another 2 rounds before you give him the heave-ho, or he will be a, you know, contender for the win. You know, It could go either way. But he doesn't have the numbers. He doesn't have the numbers.
That's the thing. But see, the women have this, and thank you. Busy Blue said I'm one of her favorites. Thank you. And also, I know why they moved? I do know why they moved the exercise equipment inside. Someone's asking a question. Dream Day did. Because they're not using the entire backyard for this short season of Big Brother. They've like literally cut it in half because they don't have time to take the sets down and redo everything, because they're taking a 3-month game and putting it in 3 weeks. Okay. So that's like answering questions while you're talking. I forgot what I was saying, but
James,
okay.
So
the women's alliance has already crumbled. They didn't even make it to their first menstrual cycle together. So
they didn't even get time to sync up.
Yeah, they didn't even get time to sync up, and it's over. And I think that, you know, they obviously are using Ross, because they were talking about the girls right in front of his face, as if, you know, what the frick is up with that? That was so rude. Like, I hate it.
It's not even that it's rude. They were just blindly telling their game plan when they're sitting here, and he knows he's just a number. When it's down to it, he's just a number.
James will be.
And they'll get rid of him. Right. So I think that they're equipping Ross with an arsenal of weapons at this point in time.
Right. They put him in, and they put him in this position. Shannon put him, or whoever, I think it was, put him in this position to go and be the spy. But come on, even the guys were like talking about the girls, and they considered Ross a girl. So do you really think they're going to give up information when they see Ross flying around the corner? I mean, I would.
Yeah, Meta will. He's that stupid.
Oh, God. That
literally
guy.
This morning, Meta was in the kitchen talking with the whole crowd there, saying who his target is and who he wants to get out first, and that he was thinking about taking Keisha out, but now no. And yeah,
he's the Veronica. He's the Veronica, guys. Like, he is the mule.
Idiot.
Yeah, he's going to be the one that makes it to the final. But here's the thing, though. It's not going to matter.
When he went in and voted for Chuck, he thought he was voting for Chuck to stay. That's how really? He doesn't understand how the game is played. He made it very clear that he thought he was voting for Chuck to stay. So when he said, I vote for Chuck, he thought he was voting for somebody to stay, not leave.
Exactly.
So he doesn't know how the game is even played.
No, he didn't even watch the videos that they asked him to watch. He said no, he don't want
He
to.
walked around and goes, "Are there going to be cameras everywhere?" What do you think Big Brother fucking means? It's Big Brother. Excuse my French, but it's big. What do you think Big Brother means in the history of the two words Big Brother together? It means Big Brother's watching you. Yes, there's going to be cameras everywhere. Sorry,
that's right.
You know what?
No, you're absolutely right. I just don't think
him in there. The thing is, they could have given us somebody that was like a Big Brother fan, like Shane Dawson from YouTube. Seriously, no.
They don't have any YouTube people in there.
Well, isn't James Maslow from YouTube? I mean, where is he from? Because I don't know who he is.
Nickelodeon. It was like some Hannah. No, why do I keep comparing it to Hannah Montana? That's like the only Nickelodeon show that I know.
I don't like James. I haven't liked James since the minute he walked in. I cannot stand a pompous metrosexual. Let me just put it out there. I can't stand it. I cannot pay. Oh no, thank you. And in his when he was pandering to them to not eliminate him, right? And stood up and pitched his musical single. I realized that. I was like, you can't. You sit down, bitch. Sit back down. I don't have time for your nonsense. You telemarketed fool.
Sit down. Back in that chair.
Yeah, I was like, I don't give. If I could have flicked him in the freaking head, bitch, he would have went flying. Because I can't stand somebody who's not there for the right reasons. You're there to win the game, but you're already trying to sell me shit. Go home. Go home.
Yeah, there's been a lot of. I'm a big fan of. Rob has a podcast, the RHAP Roundtable and Reality Wrap Up. You should check them out. They have talked a lot about how James Maslow is like his douchery and how he is there with his swag and he's like promoting himself and check out my new single.
He's repulsive. I mean, I don't know how he got this gig to begin with, because first of all, I thought you had to be famous on some level to be there. I've never heard of this man.
Nobody knows who he is.
Who is he famous? What is he famous for doing? I mean, at least, Brandi's photographs with her tampons drinking. I mean, some claim to fame. She's on the cover of it.
For being a sloppy whore.
She's famous for being sloppy. She's called Luann Rhymes. What the hell is her name? That little country singer with the big old
Rhymes.
Oh my God, you kind of look like her. It just freaking hit me, Allison. You do look a little bit like Leanne Rhymes, who's beautiful.
What the frick, man?
What happened?
She's prettier. No, prettier.
No, you are much prettier. She's like a poor man's you. She's a poor man's you. No, I'm pulling the Brandi now. Let me tell you right now. I know I look a girl. I've had Percocet. It's good. It's so good. I have got the Real Housewife chic going on. I mean, in terms of, she's famous for being scandalous. She's scandalous and she's messy and she has a best-selling book under her belt. I mean, and then Omarosa just leaving the White House, I can see the appeal. I mean, some of these people, really Huxtable being on,
they're all whores,
cultural icon in terms of her coming from the Cosby Show and other things. But who's James Maslow? I don't know why he's there anyway, except did he do correct me if I'm wrong, but did this bitch do a diary room without his shirt on?
Yeah, but he wouldn't be the first guy who's ever done that.
But how tacky is that? I mean, hello. I mean, it's like, really, you're going to go and do a diary room without a shirt on? I mean, if there's any more, if you've got no substance, I can see having to pull out your
14-year-old fans. These little girls don't know any better who love James Maslow, and seeing him shirtless on Celebrity Big Brother is probably getting the feels in places they didn't know you were supposed to feel for the first time.
I'm sorry, but it doesn't even look like he's old enough to have a couple hairs up top. So I don't understand how anybody could be turned on by that. I looked at him and I saw somebody that should probably still be in school. I don't understand why he's there. So I have a thing against James. The arrogance of people. I have played with arrogant metrosexuals. I have seen them play games and they all have the same MO. It's like, I need attention and I'll do anything I need to do to get it. So I don't have a lot of respect for James as a game player. And I don't think he's going to be as impressive as some people hope that he's going to be when it comes to strategizing, because I think people like Omarosa and Shannon and Keisha and all of them will literally outsmart him from the start.
Now, according to the chat room, Busy Blue said that I guess James Maslow is part of Big Time Rush, which was a huge thing on Nickelodeon. So
I'm older than Nickelodeon. I don't know Nickelodeon. When I was on, it was Peppermint. Yeah, it was like Patty Mayonnaise and Doug was on Nickelodeon when I was young. I don't know these new Nickelodeon kids.
Like he didn't even know. Like seriously, like he didn't even know who Omarosa was. Like, because
he didn't even know what The Apprentice was.
She went up to him and said, she put her hands on his shoulders and said, "Now, where would I know you from?" Which is kind of a nice roundabout way of going around and saying, "Who the hell are you? Why are you here?
Yeah,
why am I having to deal with you?"
It was a bitch.
Exactly.
There are a lot of things that. Go ahead.
He didn't know who Donald Trump was. That Donald Trump was on The Apprentice. He's like, "Oh, who did you apprentice for?"
That about
Who
made
did you
me
apprentice for?
Yeah,
Are you serious?
Not know that.
I don't believe he's that. I don't believe he's that stupid. I think he's playing that stupid.
Yeah, he's got to be playing that stupid. Can we talk about one thing last night on the live show?
Yeah, go ahead.
Can Marissa's hair get any bigger? I'm just saying.
Man, that's big hair. I love it. Like, I want to know how they flat iron that stuff, because if you saw one clip during that show, her hair was straight. And it was pretty.
Her hair is massive. I don't know how her head holds all that hair.
Right.
Like, give me some of that shit. I'm half bald over here.
So I can tell you guys, I'm giving you an expert opinion, okay? Are you ready? I'm going to give you an expert opinion. Her hair is not hers.
You don't think
it is not hers. It is not hers. I can tell a sew-in from a mile away, bitch. Trust me, I'm coming at you I'm coming straight to you.
Sew-in.
I can tell you a sew-in or a glue-in. It's not real. She is wearing some tape-ins. She's doing something, because we might as well say tape-ins, because bitch ain't had a job in a while, but it ain't properly sewed in. We're just going to say she went to the crew cuts of weaves. And it's just big. And I'm totally all for it. The bigger, the better, bitch. Serve. The bigger the hair, the closer to Jesus. Unless you're saying,
"Hey, I'm all about getting there."
Did you take Jesus down from behind your bed? You did.
Deborah had a cross hanging up over her bed that she conveniently took down.
She was like, "I cannot." Yeah, she's like, "Phaylen's going to be here today. We cannot do this, Lord Jesus. Let me put you somewhere."
No, Jesus, you go sit on the side there. Yeah. Sit on the sidelines for a little bit. We're going to be offensive.
I don't blame you.
Let me ask you guys a question. So, like we were saying, like in the episode last night, Shannon got jumped for voicing her opinion about how she wanted to go and kind of smooth things over with Chuck. And Omarosa was just in a bitchy mood, which she's always in a bitchy mood, I guess. But she just kind of had gone after Ross, correcting him and asking him and then went after Shannon, made her cry. And
how much of those tears are real, though? Because she is an actress.
Sweetie, she's not that great of an actress. Let's just dude, you go from like American Pie to Scary Movie 13, and then you're on Dancing with the Stars. There's no Oscar in you're not crying on demand. You probably can cry on set and probably need fake tears. I'm just saying. So I'm going to say it's real. I can do it. I'm just like, no. I think that she's really upset. I think she's really crying. I think these people are realizing, as super fans being in the house now, that this really is a game and it is stressful and shit does go down. And I mean, even after, like, when I was watching the live feeds for the 2 seconds that the CBS All Access gods let me, they were like, "This is just a game. We have to remember this is just a game." And look, they're winning $25,000 to play this game. Okay, that's not the 500,000 that normal people. I guess what is it? 250,000?
Yeah.
Oh, is it really?
It's $250,000. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Wow. Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, forget everything I just said. But tears could be fake.
They're also getting $200,000
just to be there.
Just to be there. So that's their fee.
Yeah. And then the $250,000.
I would fake a freaking tear for $250,000.
I could find it.
I would win a fucking Oscar for that.
I would slit open a duct, and I would literally, I don't care.
Too.
Whatever it took, because listen, I thought she was really authentic when she started crying, but I also
refuse to blink. Just refuse to blink, and your eyes will tear.
Yeah.
Really.
And a lot of people do say that when they're playing. It's just a game. It's just a game. It's easy to say that. And I think because of our experience, I know when we played Sequester, it was easy to say it's just a game. No, and I know Sequester is not the same thing as Big Brother, but it almost kind of is.
It's very similar right now.
The stress level, the anxiety, everything boils up. And like, we're doing that in 7 days, and you go into the Big Brother house for 3 months. I can't even imagine the stress level that entails. So I guess shrugging it off in a way is, it's just a game, and they're playing it just like you said, Phaylen. This is like sequester and Big Brother merging as one, because it's in 3 weeks and you're in the house. And they get to leave, and they get to see what everyone says, and they get to read the tweets. Yeah, and it's kind of like Big Brother 1. We're kicking it old school for a minute. Bear with me. Big Brother 1 in back in 2000. Some of you probably weren't even squirted out of your daddies yet. But here's the thing: we voted. The public voted for the winner of that game. And we saw everything. We saw how everyone played. But then again, it was a different game. People were not like they were. And then they flipped it and turned it all around for Big Brother 2. I don't necessarily think that the winner of Big Brother 1 would have been Eddie. Had it.
No,
it would have been totally different.
Vote.
Yeah,
he definitely got the sympathy vote.
Right. It would have been totally different. But now they aren't sequestered. They are leaving. And that's kind of like what we went through. You know, when I was, everybody was reading stuff anyway, and they were playing sequester. Don't play with me. But, you know, you really saw, and then as a jury member, you go in and you vote, and you can throw in and say, well, you said this about me, and you did this, and you did that. So I'm interested now to see how this is going to play out, because, and this is a little spoilery. Well, no, it's not spoilery, because I don't know if they'll have the balls to show this or not, since they're all up in Omarosa's butt having her on the show. Last night, on the live feeds, Omarosa was talking to Shannon about it, and was very hardcore manipulating Shannon into saying what she wanted. Not what she wanted, but kind of getting her to say what she wanted. And Shannon wasn't budging. Keisha came in there for a minute, but of course, CBS All Access hates me. I didn't see what they said. She left. And then Omarosa and Shannon were still in there. Omarosa went to a place that I don't like. She said to Shannon, you're threatened because the 2 brown girls are friends and we have an alliance.
She's trying to make it sound like that she's being racist, and nobody's being racist.
No, that's not even a thing. And that
Shannon is not doing that.
But you know what? That's going to backfire on her. That's going to backfire on Omarosa so hard.
When she gets out, sees it.
There's been no demonstration of racism or intolerance in that house at all to speak of. And for her to just pull that out to use as a straw man argument to try to twist the narrative against what the hell's her name? Bethany? I don't know. I'm in Real Housewives land again. Shannon. Sorry, Shannon. Yeah, that looked so dirty, and it looked so orchestrated. There was nobody that could tell me that. Well,
get this. I was just reading some of Hamster Watch's posts, and Meta is actually saying that they have better not use that narrative, because that is not happening.
Right. And can I say something real quick? And I don't mean disrespect to anyone, but I felt like Omarosa didn't have a leg to stand on anymore, and she just went there. Like, she threw that card out.
Let me tell you something. Can I go on my little diatribe on this? She doesn't have her card anymore. That bitch lost her card when the whole Charlottesville incident was happening, and Donald Trump was saying what fine people white supremacists were and what fine people the KKK were, but yet that bitch did not quit her job. She did not put her foot down and say, hey, enough is enough. Like, you know, this is wrong. I'm leaving. I'm not going to work for a racist. No, she kept her job until she was dragged out of that fucking White House, kicking and screaming. Mm-hmm. She sold out her people.
Yeah. It's just
for money.
That whole thing, I don't understand. Like, I've never understood that whole situation. I don't know. I'm not into politics. Like, I don't know, like.
Well, I mean, taking it even out of the political realm, when you dub somebody a racist because you lack an argument against them that's authentic, it makes you look stupid. It's the same thing with calling somebody a Nazi. When it's a straw man argument or a snowflake. It's the bottom line that somebody has to go to when they have absolutely nothing to pull from to justify what they've done or said. So you're a snowflake or you're a racist.
Yeah,
And
but
I find it discredits that individual immediately. The minute I hear somebody in an argument or a dispute or in a conversation dub the other one a racist or a Nazi or a snowflake, I'm done. I won't listen anymore.
I hear you. And to be fair though, because I always have to be Switzerland in one way or another, Omarosa didn't come out and say Shannon is racist. She didn't say anything about race or anything. She just said that they were intimidated by the brown girls getting together. And I just didn't understand where that came from. And it was
how did you? I kind of saw that coming though. I kind of
statement.
But did you? I mean, she literally. I don't know if you saw this in the feeds. I didn't see it on the feeds. I saw it on YouTube because I'm a broke bitch. I don't go on look at feeds and CBS.
Please tell us about what happened because my CBS was going out.
Her and Keisha were talking together in a room, and they decided that they were going to do a side alliance with just the Black girls, and they called it Black Girl Magic, which I was like, I was here for it. I was like, okay, come on, girls. Yeah. Let's see, rally together. Let's see some girl power. You know, let's totally, I'm on board, you know, because, you know, I think that it's really empowering. And what we need right now, especially in representation in media, is to see minorities banding together and supporting each other. So I was here for it. But they were able to do that without calling somebody else racist.
Right.
That didn't have to happen. You don't need to call somebody racist to empower yourself or your movement. So she lost me 100% with that. Yeah. But that goes to show you how afraid Omarosa is.
Yeah.
She's
and
in a place of absolute fear now.
Right. And I love positive women in any light. If Keisha Knight Pulliam and Omarosa can come together and, you know, do what they do and have, what is it, their BGM, I'm all for it. There's never been an African-American winner of Big Brother.
No.
And it's about time. And if it has to be Celebrity Big Brother, hey, I'm all for it. I'm there with you. I want to be supportive. And I think that I'm a little intimidated by Keisha because, man, when she started getting in that beast mode, game mode, she was there and not shaken for a minute. And she has that stone cold, like she was there and she was in it. And I have to respect that because after the shit show that I just sat through last year, CBS, with that Big Brother, I am thankful to God that we are getting people like this who, when they say they're fans and they are in there and they are playing the game. They were playing the game the minute they walked in the door. It's like, dude, they picked Matt up for Big Brother 19 because the dude was probably lost in the CBS parking lot and he was cute and they offered him a part on the fucking show.
Oh my God, such a waste of a space with Matt. Ugh. No, but if you're playing the game, if you're seriously playing the game and not using excuses, then I respect the fuck out of you.
Yeah.
Play the game.
I didn't expect Keisha to be this, like, she's good. She's good. Omarosa is going to ruin it with her freaking mouth, pulling that card. That
she already did.
I don't think that she meant it to come, you know, like, but it still came off that way. And it pisses me off. I don't watch these shows to discuss politics, to discuss race or anything. I don't want to hear about anybody's drama. I want to be entertained because I have to like escape my own life.
Then if you don't like, I mean, there are people who develop a bias politically, right? Yes. We do live in that era. We can't deny that. We have to completely be cognizant of the fact that we live in a highly intense climate politically, especially when it comes to things like race, like religion, like rights for people. So we have to be cognizant of that. What Omarosa failed to do was she had an opportunity for redemption coming from the White House to this house. Yes. She had an opportunity to use this to talk about race and raise awareness for things like Black Lives Matter and the importance of equality for Black women and the fact that Black women are paid less, even more so than white women in the workplace, regardless of men. So here we have a wonderful opportunity, and she just dropped the ball. But somebody asked a question in the chat that I thought we should touch on, which said, "Do you think that Shannon is too flippy floppy to work with?" Thank you, Busy Blue. No. I don't think so. Yeah, I think Shannon she's probably one of the most gracious and honest people in the game right now. I think she's really trying hard to keep everybody happy. I don't think she has an actual strategy. I think she's kind of just trying to make it up as she goes along. I don't think she's smart, because when she has to make a snap decision, like flipping the vote, she does it. But that wasn't premeditated.
Idea was that? No. Whose real idea was it to flip the vote is what I want to know. I'm thinking it was Ross, maybe?
It was either Ross or Shannon.
I would say that Ross.
I like the two of them together. I like Ross and Shannon together.
Ross planted the seed. Ross planted the seed in her in the kitchen and said, I'm just telling you, you're putting your own game at risk. And he said this to her, I know for a fact. And she was like, oh, really? Is that what you think? And he was like, yes, I do. If you put Mark on the board as a dumb, what do they call it? A dummy, a pawn, or whatever. I don't know. And you're going to have more blood on your hands than is necessary.
Absolutely. Why piss Mark off? Why piss him off?
And he put that in her head, and she started thinking. Then she started thinking, and and then she ran around like a little bee, girl. She ran around like a little bee. She went to every person and was like, "We need to flip this now, because I see what's happening now." And it wasn't premeditated. That was last minute. She pulled that like my face at the end of every night. Last minute, girl.
That was good. You have to give them credit for that. They did a good job flipping that.
What do you think? Let me ask you guys.
I did not know that Brandi and Ross know each other from out of the house. They are friends.
Well, they're I could kind of see that, but it was never brought up. I'll tell you what's got me. I still don't have any physical documented proof. Nothing has been presented to me to prove that Chuck and Little Big Rush here, James Maslow, were bros before they came on the show and hung out. I still want physical documented evidence of this. I want it now.
Photographs, or it did not happen.
Yep.
Honestly, I don't give a shit, because neither one of them are relevant enough in the actual world to make any goddamn difference. I don't see either one of them going anywhere, really. And didn't one of them already go somewhere? Because like if they were like all buddy, it's too late to make that work for you now, bitch. It is too gone. Yeah. So now you're on your own. If he's already got a big target on him, because he's sort of made an enemy of Brandi. But Brandi, I really feel like is not playing her cards with the intention of winning. She's playing her cards with the intention of collecting the fee she's already been paid and maybe going home.
Absolutely.
She's already said over and over, I'm not winning. I'm not here to win this. I'm not going to win this. I know I'm not going to win this. So, she doesn't give a shit. She doesn't care. It doesn't make a big difference to her whether she stays or goes. The reality is, you can see who does care and who is really working it, who has a bill to pay at home, bitch. You can see who needs to get them coin, because I'll tell you right now, Keisha is working for it. And she's sitting there pumping her boobs. She's left her 1-month-old baby at home, something like that. She's sitting there pumping her boobs.
What was happening?
Yes.
Okay, I'm glad I'm not the only one, because I was like, I'm positive, and I go, is that a breast pump? Like, what's happening right now?
Yeah. She is pumping.
She has to pump her boobs, and they send it off.
Here's a couple of things. Bitchy Blue had said, made the comment that Ross felt the need to break up the girls' alliance. I just spit all over my keyboard. Ross just felt the need to break up the girls' alliance because he knew he will be the first to go when that.
Yeah, he was at the bottom.
Like that girls' alliance was going to make it anyway. Bitch, please. You're going to sit there, Omarosa, and say, this is me doing Omarosa, so don't laugh. I'm going to tell you, you are not going to tell me that the girls' alliance will not work. It is the first time in history that a female's alliance has been made in Big Brother. Are you kidding me? No, it's not. It's like you said, they didn't even sync up. And I'm not saying women can work together. They can. I've been trapped in an office with many women, and maybe 5 out of the 8 could work together. But I'm just saying, there's always ones that go. But I want to see women work together. I would love to see an all women's alliance work. I'm just, for the record, if I ever make it on Big Brother, I will not do a all women's alliance. So I will not cut. That will not break the mold with me. But I would love to see it. I would love to see an all female alliance make it. But Omarosa just.
Well, I would love to see a cast first and foremost where you can't have a girls' alliance, really, in truth, because eventually by day 3, you have fallen in love with some guy that you've known for 48 hours, and they're busy chasing them nude to the hot tub, you know, flapping around, swinging around their titties so they get attention from the men.
Oh my God!
I'm not a big fan.
Do you notice the difference with all the people? There's all these older people in the house.
I love it. I love it.
And
there's nobody chasing each other down to get laid.
People
there's
walking around with their little bag things under their eyes and their masks, and I'm like, hell yeah.
It's fun. It's fantastic because it gives it a sense of authenticity. It's not a bunch of 20-somethings running around trying to get some camera time by taking their top off or, you know, or getting laid in front of the cameras for whatever. Yes. Arkansas.
You know what Arkansas is?
Oh, no, what is it?
Should we out her? Should we out Phaylen about her Big Brother history?
But tell me. Yes, mine.
This is the first season that Phaylen has ever watched a Big Brother, so she doesn't know about Matt and what's her name? I don't even know her name. Who's Arkansas? Seriously, what was her name?
Raven.
Raven. She called herself Arkansasy. Because she was from Arkansas. Let me tell you something. I'm from Tennessee. I don't give a shit about Arkansas or your Arkansas.
And her mother is like, oh, she's a virgin. She's a virgin. Yeah, man, let me tell you something. Raven, girl, you give really sloppy BJs because we heard all the slurping. All the slurping. I was like, oh, God, I can take my headphones off. I literally hear slurping. It was like
her teeth must come out too.
Girl,
you get it together.
No, we saw it every night. We saw it every night.
Oh, that's sad. That's so sad. Let me tell you what, if I was ever on a show like that, which I never will be because I have absolutely zero interest in putting myself on something like that because for the whole world to see, I'd be walking around with a face mask on 24/7, bitch. I would. There would be no way. There would be no way. But I will tell you right now, I would never go to that extreme to do something for attention on a television show. That's the lowest of the lowest common denominator. When you have to go that far, it means you've got zero substance. So
that was Raven's whole thing.
Did it take her far?
What?
Did it take Raven far?
Yeah, it got her to what?
To the cherry house where she wanted to go.
Yeah, so she can fuck Matt in private.
Here's a question. We got who's going to turn on who first? William asks, who turns on who first? Ross versus Marissa. Who's going to turn?
Marissa will not. Marissa is so quiet and introverted, the exact opposite of me. She is so loyal, and she's trying so hard to stay below the radar that she's just going to float for a while. And pardon me for using the word float. I know that that's sort of like a Donnie word in our language. I think that Ross has already, and nobody realizes it, I think that Ross has no alignment with anyone, so he can talk. He's a free agent.
That's true.
Excluded him, so he can talk to
he'll flip first.
Pleases. He's done flipped, bitch. He ain't got nowhere to flip.
He already has.
He's in it to win it.
He's got no alliance. Like the one alliance was virtually told him, "We don't want you here. You cannot sit with us." And the other alliance is like, "Well, he's pretty much a woman, so we'll just pretend." So come on, he's got nothing to lose.
But the thing is, everybody loves Ross.
I love Ross.
And he is playing everybody.
He's probably like my favorite homosexual on TV. I am living for Ross because I love how he comes at you. He's got that little cough, he's looking so cute. And then he opens his mouth and he talks higher than I do. He's got that high pitch. Literally, it's like he opens his mouth and a high heel falls out, bitch. I'm like, what are you doing? Are you a real person or are you from Sesame Street? Because I'm living for him.
Oh, I got a
good point for him.
What?
Hold on, we got a good point here in the Busy Blue. Sorry, Busy Blue said that remember Marissa didn't open her bag. She faked it. So that could have actually been a turn. She could have turned to the dark side then.
Ooh. Did she really? She didn't open her bag?
She said the propane tank is leaking.
She faked it. Yeah.
She faked it.
What was what was the propane tank is leaking? Is that some kind of code for some shit? Wait.
Yeah, instead of
in there,
they all went into the diary room to say, I want to open my bag. but she
Right.
never said, I want to open my bag. She just said, oh, by the way, the propane tank is leaking.
Yeah.
Was she talking about her alliance?
No, I
she's
think
just,
she's
she
being
was
funny.
killing time.
She's killing
Yeah.
time.
Wow. That's very clever because she knew nobody was going to see that.
But here's another thing. Now we know that they get to go home and watch it and vote. And it looks like everybody's voting. Everyone. There isn't going to be a pool of people. It's going to be everyone because it's really a tiny group anyway. But still, do you think, well, this is kind of a dumb question. Well, anyway.
Ask it anyway. Because
we're dumb stuff
questions
all the time anyway. This isn't going to shock anybody. Do you think that they know that they're going to get to vote? I mean, I know that they know they're going to get to go home and watch the show, but do they all know that they get to vote?
That I don't know.
That's what I'm.
No one has said anything about that yet.
Yeah.
So because then they know whether to watch your P's and Q's.
So my question is, they're tweeting from the house. So
yeah, what is that about?
Them sequestered from accessing everything. Listen, when I played Sequester, I couldn't go on social media without 1,000 people adding me and saying, you know, at Phaylen XYZ is doing this. You need to watch out for XYZ. You know, somebody's a dickhead. I almost said a name.
No, but they can't see they can't see Twitter. They can tweet, but they can't see. So their tweet is going to production, and then production is putting the tweet out. So they're
personal accounts.
Yes. Yeah.
That's not fair.
But they're not actually, they can't see.
I think it kind of ruins the illusion a little bit. I would prefer to not hear them tweet from that because all they're doing is pretty much saying, oh, tell Mickey I love him. I don't give a fuck about Mickey. Go do something. Stir some trouble. Go pinch Omarosa. Let me see some action here. That's what gets me going. I don't give a crap about a tweet. I don't want you to tweet at me, tell your son hi.
There's some things.
I want to know actually what you think Omarosa's next move is, because right there is the crux of this whole situation. Omarosa is now a woman scorned. And can I just tell you that a woman scorned is not one to be fucked with?
This is true. We can be very evil and Satanish and not bat an eyelash. I'm just saying.
The thing is,
I'm an angel, though. I don't do mean things to people.
She doesn't have the numbers.
When you say numbers, what do you mean? She doesn't have the votes?
She doesn't have the votes to back her up.
So wait a minute. She is really working internally right now to recruit. She's already got Keisha on her side. She has accessed Meta World Peace today and kind of recruited him into her.
That's all she's got.
Now, do you think she's going to approach James?
No, James isn't going to have anything to do with her. No.
No,
James already has his deal with Ross and Marissa and Shannon. So
see, I missed any deal making after this, so I don't know how did that go and happen. Keisha and Omarosa are out. They have no chances. Somebody in the chat said they have no chances. Unless this is Big Brother. There's a twist somewhere. Something is going to happen. And let me tell you right now, from a production standpoint, Omarosa is television gold. And I don't know if production's going to make it easy for them to get her out.
The thing is that it's such a fast-paced show. Like, there's only a couple weeks to go. If she lasts another week, 1 week without her isn't going to matter. So I don't think that they're going to, go the extra mile to save her. I mean, they already did last week. I mean, that was like so freaking obvious. But I don't think that they're going to keep on trying to save her. I mean, it's just going to look way too obvious. I mean, it did week 1.
So who's dead weight then? If who's dead weight? Who do you see going? Who do you see has a target on them?
They all have a target on them except for Marissa and Ross and Brandi and Ari, whatever her name is.
You don't think Brandi has put a target on her back with the boys?
I mean, all she did really was hate on James. I mean, that's really all she did. She's drunk half the time.
Me too. So let's not
open bar.
Yes.
Oh my God.
That's where I think I'd be like the Yenta of the bar. If anybody ever wanted to come and find me, it's like Sequester. I would just sit in a room. I'll just sit at the bar and wait for people to approach me and discuss. But otherwise, I'm not leaving.
You could be the therapist. You could be the
oh God, girl, I'd be awesome. Let me tell you what, nobody needs a therapist that's on Lexapro themselves. That would probably not be the best idea. You want to talk about it? I swear to God.
Listen.
I tell you what, I couldn't do it. I really feel like that Omarosa is going to try to now salvage what she has done. And because she's realized that she's got everybody against her. She didn't have the power she thought she wielded.
I think that should we get into the spoilery stuff? Because we're going on an hour here. So let's go. First of all, I want to say, if people are going to leave because they don't want to hear spoilers and stuff, thank you so much for watching. Please like My Weekly Meltdown on Facebook. And please subscribe to My Weekly Meltdown Presents Allison S. Kelly. I changed the name because, it's just like yeah.
Just do it.
Just subscribe. Do it. Subscribe. What are your Twitter handles and Instagram and all that? Give them out. Give it out real quick before people leave.
Oh, mine is
if you want to give them out.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm just at Phaylen everywhere, pretty much at Phaylen.
And that's Phaylen.
Yep, and it sounds just like life. Phaylen at life. Phaylen at math. Phaylen at making coherent sentences after a Percocet. It worked.
I have a T-shirt made for you that says that.
It's true.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Okay. Go, Debs.
I'm on Twitter at My Next Life Debbie, DEBI.
My Next Life?
At My Next Life Debbie. Yep.
What does that come from? What is that about? My Next Life.
My furniture business.
I thought it meant so much more. I was like, "What did you done fuck up in this one?" Because I really feel like
because I was in medicine.
Handed out second chances. I deserve one too.
No, because I was in medicine before, and then I switched over to refinishing furniture.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah. So
we've got all that, and I'm at Summers SOMMERS 1977 on Twitter. Okay. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you guys, but because people are wanting to hear the spoilery stuff. But
I'm ready for it. Give it to me.
We may have to do like a separate broadcast one day of just the three of us talking about our lives, because we're all like, I know we're all like 24.
I have no life.
But in our 24 years on this planet.
Oh yes.
Spoilers. So first of all, I want to say I am not up on the spoilers. This is going to be like you guys driving most of it, because my CBS access has taken a major crap on my life here in the last few days. And I haven't been able to listen, because I like to listen when I'm at work, because it looks like I'm listening to a podcast. I don't recommend it because it's not very professional.
I think I think Deb actually knows more than I do about the spoilers.
I'm
waiting, Deb. You said something about give it to us, Debs.
Give it.
Okay, so, I was up half the night waiting for them to come back from the HOH contest, and it was an all-night thing. The feeds didn't come back on till like 6 o'clock in the morning.
Wow.
And the first thing you see is Ross and Marissa sleeping in the HOH room.
Who?
So Ross and Marissa are sleeping in the HOH room, and Ross is the new HOH.
Yes.
Oh my God. Okay. Ross? How the hell?
And then they were
not
activity. Okay. So then the competition last night.
A physical competition?
It was Ballerina.
Ballerina.
Yes. No, Ballerina. So what they do is they kind of have to hang on this bar and spin around. You're wearing a tutu. So you got to spin around and spin around and spin around until the wall from the bowling thing goes up, so you can see the pins. And then once the wall goes up, you can go and throw the ball up and try to knock down the pins. So, and that only lasts a certain amount of time, and then the wall comes back down, and you got to go back and spin and spin and spin. So you're dizzy, you're falling all over the place, and you got to throw the balls up and knock down the pins. So Ballerina is a very physical competition, and apparently Omarosa must have had an asthma attack or something. And
during the competition?
And bitch is still not back in the house yet. I just checked Hamster Watch, and bitch is still not in the house yet. She is milking that for all it's worth. She may even be not coming back at this point. I mean,
she probably isn't going to come back because she's freaking screwed.
She knows she's done. She knows that everybody wants her out. So, yeah.
I don't know. I think that she will see it as a challenge to try to maneuver. Now, with Keisha, with her and Keisha, if they can develop influence in the house, they can turn it around.
They
really
can.
Omarosa is like my favorite Disney villain ever. And so even though she's very, very evil, like she's who I wish I was, like in games. Like, I love that. I love the fact that when she comes on, bitch, I get giddy. I'm like, it's the only time that my little heart lights up is when I see her on there, and she will stare you dead in the eye, and you will turn to stone.
She's like Medusa.
She literally is terrifying.
In the eyes.
Everybody is afraid of her, and last night they put their foot down and said enough is enough. So
did you see the look on her face?
Yeah. I think she does
when Chuck left.
Yeah.
Well, she looks like somebody just slapped her. Every minute you look at her, she looks like she's been slapped in the face. She's just completely that. And I come from the class of resting bitch face, 2008. So let me tell you what, she knows how to serve it. Yeah. She's serving bitch faced. She is serving some bitch face. She is serving it loud and clear, honey. And I live for that. I love that. She's giving me a show. I'm not. I think that the only real competition, the only person she doesn't seem to really intimidate well is Brandi after a few glasses of wine.
Brandi actually just doesn't care.
And Ross is not intimidated either.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. He kind of buckled down during the show last night when she was like correcting him and asking him questions, and he kind of rolled back a little.
Yeah, but he's a lot more passive aggressive. He is going to fuck her when she's not looking.
Wait a minute, what? Is this still the same damn show, girl?
No, I was just saying he's going to fuck her over when she's not looking. Do you know what I mean? Okay. Like, he's not going to do it right to her face, but as obvious he flipped the house, he's doing it behind her back. So
somebody has a good question. If she's in the hospital, can Ross still put her up?
Yes.
I mean, you can still get nominated. Yeah.
You can still get nominated. You can still, but how long are you going to milk an asthma attack? Seriously.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not trying to
suck on your inhaler and get the fuck over it.
But like my son has asthma and he's had a breathing treatment and he was freaking fine 45 minutes later.
Exactly. So, here you go. No. I take 3 medications.
So I have a question. I really do. I have a question. I have seen this since it started. Is this on like Celebrity Big Brother UK? Is this on every night of the week? Is it still on?
No, I think it's on 4 or 5 nights a week.
Okay,
Big Brother US or UK?
The UK's on 7 nights a week last month, whatever. Yeah.
Just the Celebrity Big Brother is on several nights a week.
Because it's a fast-paced version. Big Brother itself is only on Wednesday, Thursday, and Sunday.
Right.
But this one has an extra.
So because of this being expedited, we're seeing it more. How now? So CBS All Access is then 24/7. They show feeds.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but there's a lot of feed interruptions though because it's so fast paced, and like they took the feeds down last night for the HOH competition. Did anybody out there, and I know Phaylen, you didn't, but did anybody out there besides me watch Big Brother Over the Top? Because did you watch Big Brother Over the Top? OTT, Big Brother Over the Top. Okay, did you like the way they showed that? Like they showed everything. They never hardly kept feed. They showed them playing the comps.
Yes.
I loved that. That was more old school. That is back pretty much how they did it in the very beginning of live feeds. But then again, you guys are so spoiled with live feeds, you don't even know. When they started doing like the live feeds back in the day, you got one camera angle, like one camera, and you had to watch whoever was on that one camera. Like they didn't have 4 cameras in the octagon view. You had one freaking camera. But anyway, I'm going off script here. But I mean, I wish that they would do that more. I don't know.
Yeah, I like to see the competitions. I definitely like that. What the best part is seeing week 1, people coming into the house live.
Good point, Busy. Sorry, good point. She said they had to do that because it was only online. Yeah, that's true. Duh, blonde. Sorry, it's like, go ahead.
Well,
Deborah,
no, Big Brother Over the Top. They had the shows on.
Yeah.
So, but seeing week 1 and to be able to see where alliances formed, organically, you don't see that. You get to see it edited down, but you don't see all the initial conversations and, how things started and, all the first fights, and you miss that whole first week.
See, I hate that so much.
Yes.
I don't like that. I'm not a fan. I'll be honest with you. I'm as a flagellant of CBB UK. It is live from the second it starts.
Yes,
Literally,
that's what I want.
They walk in past cheering, screaming, or booing crowds and make their way into the house and then come out the same way. So it's not really this produced, sit in an auditorium like you're getting ready to hear fucking Enya sing with Julie Chen, who I swear to God, Julie Chen, didn't she used to be on QVC or some shit like that? I have no clue where I know her from, but I'm not a big fan. I am not a big fan. I'm like, where is the energy here? I feel like I really do. I feel like I'm watching Home Shopping Network, bitch, every time you're on. I cannot, man. And so
the dress she had on last night, though.
That red dress? Is that what you're talking about?
Dress she had on last night.
I was thinking of the red one. The red one made her look like Muffin Top Fantastica, bitch. That was what her drag name was. I was like, are you joking? You got to be kidding me. I need me some, listen, I need me some energy. I need me some, be upbeat, be him. Bitch, don't deliver it to me like you were talking to me about foreign wars and shit like that. Julie Chen, I love her. She's absolutely beautiful, but she looks like she's better suited to be like on some kind of like talk show, talking like serving me some.
She is
some this day
she's on the talk.
Shit.
Yes, she is. She has a talk show.
Are you serious?
Yes, it's called The Talk. You need to watch it, Phaylen.
Are you joking? See,
No.
Then I have, for once in my life, my God, I'm right on the money because I feel like that's what she should be doing. But Big Brother, I want let's get James Maslow and his big rush out there. I feel like he'd be a great host. I'm just saying. But that's my little thing. Now, this is the thing. It's so different from Celebrity Big Brother because you don't have the energy. I don't feel the energy of the audience. I don't feel the energy of the participants. I don't feel the energy. I feel like it's so produced that I lose a lot of the spontaneity of things that normally happen in Big Brother that make us go, oh my God, I can't believe that just happened. No, that happened like 3 days ago. So I feel like I lose a little bit of the shock and awe factor. But I feel like getting an opportunity to see this. I feel like the biggest pull for me this year, which is kind of why I stuck with it, is because I need to see how somebody from Marissa to Omarosa navigate in the same space. Right. Because let me say, what would be the biggest shock for me is if those two aligned. Even though I swear.
Well, they did initially, but
I've come to expect the unexpected. And Omarosa cannot survive on her own. I swear to God, she had an asthma check to go and use that as a minute to put her shit back together and work it out upstairs. And
you are not allowed to freaking do that. That is the point of being in the Big Brother house.
Girl, I would do that. If I felt like it was going by Stephen, TikTok Bill. If I was feeling like things were going tits up for me, like if everything was just going pear shaped, if I felt like it was not going to go my way, honey, I would sit there and be like, oh, I'm having chest pains.
She's not back yet.
I need to go. I need to separate myself from it for a little bit. Let me tell you what, bitch, don't put above somebody who is as smart and as calculating as Omarosa. Yes, ma'am.
She knows what she's doing. Like she knows.
Totally. She knows what she's doing.
If she does return, she's probably going to try to use a sympathy card she's going to act sick or whatever and try to look feeble and, not so, scary. I'm sick. Let me suck on my inhaler.
Bitch, she's
just
trying
like
to
that. Just like that. I'll kill you. Do you need to take a mental minute?
Do you need a minute, Debs?
Do you need a minute?
But no, yes. She's just, if she comes back, she's probably going to try to play out the sick card to try to avoid being put on the block because she's not a threat, because I'm half dead. I'm not a threat.
No, but see, I think that's the thing is she has not demonstrated herself as a physical threat to anybody. So I think what people are afraid of with Omarosa is her intelligence.
Yes.
And her intimidation.
Absolutely.
You know, the producers rigged her being safe the first week.
Absolutely.
Let's just be
that's
real.
the thing is you don't get to watch that kind of stuff live. So we don't get to see it actually as it happens, which takes a lot of the spontaneity and oh my God out of it for me because they could have totally, but I mean, I'm not going to compromise the integrity of it, but I do think that it did feel awfully convenient that she just certainly, but I get it from a television production standpoint. Like we need our villain. We can't have her going first. So I get that. But she has demonstrated she's been nasty in some respect to everyone. She has been domineering and she's been cold and she spoke to them quite harshly, which I live for every minute of that. I live for that. I'm loving that.
But it's harsh. It's harsh. And people do not want to live in the house with energy. That energy. No, they don't want that energy. It's toxic.
And I think that's why she's going to, I think if anything, people are going to be like, I can't live with her. I cannot live with her. It's not going to be because she's a threat of any sort. I think it's going to be where you sit in a room with somebody. And if you looked at Shannon and Adriana, when she was going on her rant at Brandi, everybody just sort of sat there quietly. And no matter what, she'd be like, Ross, I see you making that face over there, Ross. Don't you make that expression. Literally, you were not safe in the room with her. No matter what face you made, where your eyes went, you were in danger, girl. Every single person was in danger from Omarosa's wrath in that moment. So I feel like they're going to want her out just because she creates so much tension.
Yeah. She definitely has a toxic aura.
Yeah.
Definitely.
But you know, it's like they said in the chat room, this person, I think, Busy said that I don't think that Omarosa is being rude, nasty, mean. I think that's her demeanor. I've met her before and she's just stoic. And I think that's just who she is. Now, I want to say, you know, being in the business world that I'm in, I've met a lot of people that have good hearts. They're kind people, but it's just their personality and how they act. Just kind of, you would never know that about them because of the way they behave. And it's like for a minute there, I actually thought I saw a different side of Omarosa when she was talking about the White House and she was crying. And then
let me tell you about that.
And then she was doing the thing with Keisha where she was comparing Trump to Cosby.
Exactly. The whole thing about the White House and crying, she was basically telling Ross something by telling Ross absolutely nothing.
Right.
She was kind of giving him a little tidbit without giving him anything. And because she's about to write a tell-all book, so she wants people to be interested in what she has to say and what she knows because she knows some dirt just in order to sell her book. So she's kind of like throwing out, little tidbits, little breadcrumbs.
She's more James Maslow. She's like, leading up to the marketing campaign for her book.
Exactly. That's all this is. That's all this is.
That she'll write about her time in the Big Brother celebrity house?
No,
probably
I don't think
not.
she will. I think that she's, here's what I think about Omarosa. If I'm to be honest, I think that Omarosa is in reality a very insecure person who expects people to want to have a go at her. I think she expects people to want to take her down. And so she has groomed herself to be exceedingly intelligent. She has groomed herself to be underestimated by others, but she has also turned herself into a little bit of a villain, and that people are afraid of her, which is, I'm coming from a place of knowledge, bitch, because I've done the same thing. When you come from a disenfranchised community, you do develop this hardened, superior exterior where people in your presence, they feel intimidated, they feel scared, they feel threatened, or whether it be by your appearance, and she's gorgeous, she's very stoic, she has an enormous presence. You feel Omarosa when you're in the room with her. And that's, I think, what she uses to dominate situations. And she's got accustomed to doing that. And losing this, having this flip behind her back, she lost her grasp on it that she thought she had.
Right.
That's going to throw somebody like Omarosa into a tailspin.
Here's somebody else that like somebody we haven't even mentioned. And I don't even know what to say, but you know, Miss Columbia herself, Adriana Gutierrez.
She's not even mentioning. She's a filler.
Yeah,
she's a filler. Yeah, she's just there.
She's a filler. There. She has no substance. There's nothing to her except to walk around, look pretty, and offer in a distinctive way. I really wish I could like her a lot more, but I don't, because I don't feel like she's actually offering anything of any relevance to the game. She's just space.
Right. And think about it. All the people that we're talking about right now, think about the people that we really aren't talking about. And it's like in the Big Brother house, they're so consumed with talking about Keisha and Omarosa and all that. It's like we're sitting here doing the same thing almost, but you know, we haven't really hit on Shannon. We really haven't hit on Mark McGrath or Ariana. Sorry, I keep forgetting her name. But
Ariadna or something.
Ariana or Ari, as they.
Well, apparently Mark McGrath is up all night peeing, so I would suggest he get his prostate checked.
As are most men his age. I mean, it is.
Poor Mark.
I probably got up 5 times to pee last night. You know, it just happens.
Poor Mark and his prostatitis. Oh gosh. Let me tell you what. I don't know how old he looks old. Like, I was alarmed. I remember Fly. I'm like, oh my God. When they announced he was going in, I was like, no, what happened to you? I was a little alarmed by his age.
Mark McGrath?
Yes, I was not expecting him to look so old as he does. So I was kind of freaked out.
It's that HD, honey. It's that HD coming in. You can see where everyone has had, like, Brandi Glanville in particular, those lips, man. Like you can see.
What are you talking about?
It rolls out.
Okay.
It rolls out.
Mark McGrath, the fillers.
Yeah.
Mark McGrath is 49 years old.
He looks good for 49, I guess.
Wow.
Yeah. That's pretty good. No?
Wow.
Do I look as old as Mark McGrath?
No.
You look better than Mark McGrath, though.
Yeah. But can I tell you, though? I really think that people take into consideration age in these games, especially when you look at them as physical, in terms of physical challenges. When I did Sequester, there was a bunch of little bitches that did some, what they call there was that do this, let's do a cast assessment type deal. And let me tell you what, they was like, this bitch is this old and she's going to do this. And I don't know, for an old girl. And I'm like, what the fuck am I? Do I look like a grandmother or something to you, bitch? So I learned not to underestimate somebody because of their age, even though I proved every one of those little bitches in that thing right. And I did not do anything of any substance physically. I didn't win anything. I didn't
intentionally.
I don't think I did anything at all. That was
well, physical. You didn't want to break a nail.
I was very,
I didn't win shit either.
There was like, I think one game I forgot to get my balloons, but I was a smoker. I would have died anyway. So it kind of worked out in my favor. So I was like, I don't know how I made it as far as I did, but we judge people based on their exterior. Like, now let's face it, when they started their first physical challenge, did you guys think, oh, Ross and Marissa, they're going down. They're going down.
Yeah, I mean, it's true. You have a good point. Like,
and who fell first?
I never would have thought Shannon would have hung on,
bitch, are you
up there longer than James.
Are you kidding me? She's in someplace in Africa working with the hippos, bitch. She is doing her
true. I forgot about that.
She is athletic as hell, girl. I don't know where. Listen, if I was up in Africa working with the hippos and the crocodiles and all that kind of nonsense that she doing with all them kind of like woolly and rhinoceroses, she knows what the hell she's doing. She has rolled in the mud. She has rolled in the mud before. This is not a bitch who's scared of anything. This is what she's demonstrated already to us. She is showing us that she can really tear shit up. She is not. I mean, listen. I have known some strong ass lesbians in my time, and she's given every one of them butch bitches a run for their money. She's giving everyone, she's doing some, let me tell you what she's doing there. She's doing it. She's got it going on. She has won two challenges, right?
Mm-hmm.
She won them. She has beaten out an MFA fighter. What the fuck ever it is, excuse me, an MFA, MSA,
UFC lightweight champion.
NAACP, whatever the hell. She has done that. And she has beaten the young guy who is James Maslow, you know, with his little pecs and a few chest hairs, and he's full of that youthful vigor and all that enthusiastic semen. And she was like, you know what, fuck you, I could still do this without your ass. I am going up there and I'm going to make my way. And she has not let anybody stop her. So yes, somebody said in the chat, I think it was Busy Blue, who is a chatty. I like you, Busy Blue. You a chatty little bitch over there. Hello, Busy. And we have not paid too much attention.
Busy.
There's also somebody named Mars over here. Hello, Mars, becoming the new Gary Busey Marcus. Yeah, you're right. But she made a good point. She's like, nobody's talking about Shannon. Shannon, I think, is a potential winner.
Yeah,
if she can lay low for a little bit. Yeah,
she's got to let the other people kind of take the reins for a minute. Because you don't think so?
No. At this point, girl, Allison, honey, if she has already painted a big old target on her ass, the very first minute she loses head of a household, or she does not take away that award or whatever, or somebody doesn't use part of her, she's going to be the first person they're putting up, girl.
I think that once Omarosa and Keisha and Meta,
she do not lay low, girl.
That's when she needs to really kick it into high gear. Meta is trying to escape. Meta tried to escape last night again. Just so you know.
Meta is climbing the freaking wall.
Yeah, he needs to get out. They need to like mercy evict him, or he's going to leave.
But that's his problem. He's making it too easy, Debs. He's making it so easy. They know now that they can vote him out last because I'm gonna be honest with you. He's the Phaylen of his season. He's just this idle person sitting there wandering around, wondering if somebody's going to bring in some cupcakes. He doesn't know what the fuck is going on half the time. That was me in Sequester. I literally had no clue what I was doing there.
Are we going to have a final two of Meta and Ari?
Dear Lord, help me if that happens. I don't even know where to begin.
So who do you think is the final two? Let's make an assessment right now. A final assessment. Who do you think is the final two? And from what we know so far, considering Omarosa is coming back.
I don't think she's coming back. She's not back yet.
Really?
She's not back. I just checked. She's not back.
God, I don't know. I want to say that
Ross, please.
Definitely.
And maybe Marissa.
Yeah, Marissa, Ross, Keisha, I think could pull. I think if she detaches herself from Omarosa, I think that'll put her in a better light because Omarosa is not good for her. She's
but the thing is, they know that Keisha, because Keisha's like super nice. She's like a sweetheart.
Yeah,
you know?
I know.
And she's in there pumping her breast, sending her breast milk to her baby. I'm sorry, but that you got to go. You got to go because she's going to pull the baby card at the end. You know, I've been sending my breast milk out. You know, every day. She's going to pull the baby card at the end.
But I think that would be a reason for people internally to want to see her go home to her baby, not to sit there and have to be pumping to send it FedEx home.
Yeah.
Because let's face it, no baby, I don't care how much I hate children, no baby deserves to have to be eating FedEx breast milk, honey. That's not fun.
And here's another thing. You know Rudy Huxtable's got $250,000 plus that. You know she's got money. You know it.
Girl,
no.
I mean, she could.
From the Cosby Show alone.
Yeah, but did they cancel? Did they cancel Cosby out of syndication since he's a rapist?
I've seen it here and there, so not everywhere.
Are you serious? You've seen it since? I've never seen it since.
Yeah, I have. I've seen it in little places here and there, but not a whole lot.
Probably on the Lifetime Movie Network or some shit like that.
I'm sure that has put a dent in her cash flow.
Yeah.
Since it's really not.
Listen, Mars said if Ariana. It is not. It's got a D in there, bitch. She's getting the D.
Ariana.
Okay. if Erin did Nanda,
That's right. Sounds good.
we're kicking her out just because I can't say her fucking name. She's got to go.
She's just got to go.
Easy decision. It's what I did with Hamza. If Adriana makes final two, she's going to win. Who can give her another second place? Said Mars. Who can give her another second place? Who can give her another second place? I don't know. Mars, are you on medication? Because I don't know what
does that mean. Like,
who can give her another second place? Like I don't understand that. But so we'll address the first
because
part.
she was Miss Universe. She came in second. That's when Steve Harvey announced the winner.
Oh, you're talking about the Steve Harvey thing.
And she thought she was the winner, but no, she was the runner-up.
That's
put him in the Big Brother house.
Give her another. So Mars is basically saying if she can make final two, she's going to come in second. But to who?
Yes.
To who?
Yes, because she's not doing anything.
Well, listen. We know for a fact that somebody who doesn't do anything can go very far.
Yes.
This is true. Or somebody that you think isn't doing anything can go very far too.
Right. Or somebody who just sits there smoking cigarettes and drinking tea. I mean, that's literally, you don't need to really do anything. There's a bitch on CBB who won 1 year celebrity version who just sat in the freaking garden and smoked all day, every day. She didn't involve herself in any of the theatrics or any of the drama or anything like that. So she literally came to the end. So if somebody manages to stay out of the fray, I don't know if it's possible in an expedited version like this. Again, it's like sequester. You almost don't have a choice but to throw yourself into the middle of things.
Right.
You aren't given the luxury of time.
Speaking of time, we're going on an hour and a half here. Would you guys be up for doing this again?
Sure. If you'll have me, bitch, I will come back. I've got some face tape left in a couple of weeks I can show you. I've reinvigorated my wardrobe since sequester. I'll come back.
Okay. Good. Here's the thing. So we all are kind of in agreement that Omarosa might not be coming back, and she knows what the hell she's doing. And two, we think that the final two will consist, of Ross
and Marissa.
And since Ross and Marissa are sleeping in the HOH, which I find is very odd that Shannon's not up there sleeping with them, but
so that may mean people win HOH. Is that how that works? Or
no, it's just the bed
you
is
have
huge.
A cuddle. You have a bed buddy. You have like your bud.
And the bed is so huge. It's 2 queen beds.
How cute are Marissa and Matthew together? I feel like they need their own freaking sitcom, those two.
Oh yeah, I love it.
They're so adorable together. We've got this high-pitched squealy homosexual, and then we've got this big-haired little Jewish girl.
I love it. I love it.
I think they're fantastic together, and I absolutely adore them. So I'm kind of rooting for both of them.
Yes.
Well, I tell you what, we will, if you guys want to do this again, it won't go on for an hour and a half though. I don't know when would be a good time for you guys. I mean, we can do Sunday.
Right. Well, we can discuss that offline.
Right.
I'm sure all these people got their
I would, this is a lot of fun, and I would like to do it again. It's a lot more fun than doing it by myself. Okay.
You do amazing by yourself. I just have to say, I watched some of your videos so I could prep for this because I'm a professional bitch when I wear my high collar. I watched and I was like, she is so good. I'm going to have a hard time standing my own ground, Allison, because you really are. You are serving that face and that cup of coffee and them bitch fixes that you were giving me. I was kind of living my life. And also, I got to admit, Allison, and all of your fans are going to agree with me. You are so hot. You are so gorgeous. You are gorgeous. So beautiful. That if we were friends in real life, I'd punch you in your face on the regular just to make sure that you stayed a solid 7 like me.
So you make sure I'm the ugly friend.
You can't have friends that are prettier than you. I absolutely refuse.
And by the way, Big Brother casting, if you're watching, here's the girl. This is the girl, Allison. Yeah.
I think it would be phenomenal.
I have been trying to get, people don't know, I have been trying to get on Big Brother for 17 years. I am 40 years old. I'm almost 41. I don't care.
What did I tell you? It's about 10.
I don't care. Everybody knows how old I am. I freaking air it all the time. I have a 21-year-old son who is just like terrified that I do this kind of stuff. He's like, oh, stop. Why? God, ew. Anyway, But yeah, because when I tell people I've been trying to get on it for this long, they always kind of look at me funny and go, "How old are you?" So I'm just answering the question now.
So would you do it even now that you've got like one foot in the nursing home and one foot
right? I would do it if I were 50. I would do it if I were 60. I would do it if I were 70.
Take people that old? Do they take people as old as that?
Kevin was just on. He was 50. Honey, okay. Here's the thing. Before we wrap this up, let me tell you something. You need to go back and watch season 1 and 2 and 3 of Big Brother, because the cast has evolved in a way that I really don't like. They have all young people, and then they throw one token older person in there. It used to be very diverse. It used to have a good ethnicity. I mean, all ethnic, age, shape, all kinds of different people. I mean, look at Chicken George, for God's sake. And now it's just all skinny white people, and they throw in one African-American and one Asian, and that's it. There needs to be more diversity. And one gay person. Yeah. I mean, it's ridiculous. There needs to be more diversity.
Have they ever had a girl like me on their show? Is it that diverse, or have they only gone and done the racial tokens? Like, is there ever somebody with a drag queen with big hair and,
I've never seen like a drag queen.
Possibly a drunk.
No.
Now, Audrey Middleton broke the mold. She was
the first transgender. Yeah.
She, to me, was kind of the first transgender I'd ever seen on a reality show. And
right.
Honey,
Exactly.
I go back 26 years in reality TV.
So Audrey actually is how I found out about Sequester, because I had heard.
All of this.
Now this is how. No, she didn't find me. I found her, because I had heard that somebody was bad mouthing a trans girl on a reality TV. In America, which in CBB, there's no level of tolerance for any kind of bigotry. You're ejected. In fact, every year we usually have somebody or two people ejected from the house for something like that. And ultimately, I went to go look into what was being said, because I'm that watchdog bitch that's going to go and fucking write something about it on the internet, right? Because when I get mad, I get on the internet.
Yes, she does.
An angry Facebook post. I do. Mm-hmm. So when I saw that, I went and then the guy that was making those remarks he went and won America's Favorite Housemate. How the hell does that happen? What is wrong with you, America? Or at least the viewers of Big Brother. What the hell is wrong?
Obviously, something is seriously wrong with a lot of people in America. Just saying.
Audrey I didn't see her on the show, so I don't know anything about it. But I mean, I got to say that she is so amazing, and she handled it with such grace. Yeah, she's so much more classy than I am, even though I'm prettier than her. I mean, she still she's so dignified, and she adults so well, which I just am still trying to learn. And she actually is incredibly high end and managed herself to a degree in which I would have just like had a meltdown and went at these people with knives and sticks of butter and been like, I'm going to fillet you. But she didn't act that way. But how come do they always let these people in there? Now, I know Ramses, who was on my season of Sequester, was in Big Brother. And I don't know if he went earlier or how that worked out for him.
He was pre-jury, I think.
Yeah.
But this is, okay, but how long ago was Audrey on?
2014 or 15.
Big Brother 17. She was Big Brother 17.
That was 2015.
Mm-hmm. So
because that's when I started covering Big Brother.
So there was no trans people on before that or after, but they have opened it up to LGBT. Well, right now, this is given the political climate, this is why Black girls need to go on this show, and they need to speak out, and they need to use the platform for positive. And I hope to God, if any of my trans sisters or brothers are watching, you will apply for something like Big Brother. I really do. I want to see you on Big Brother. I want to see more people of color. I want to see more people who live diverse walks of life. And this is the thing. I do know the lady who cast Big Brother, because she's on Twitter, and I've seen a lot of people during the casting season atting her, because since I did Sequester, a lot of people follow me who are fans of reality TV, which I literally never went as far as like the orgs, the games, the stuff like that. I stopped at Real Housewives. Can you tell? Can you tell?
No.
That's where I learned how to do makeup. And I feel like it's it's monotonous and it's repetitive. And if you go back and you look at the casting archetypes, it's always the same. So I feel like if we get more, absolutely, we need more people who come from diverse walks. We need a 40-year-old sassy, beautiful bitch to go up in there and shake things up.
You know what I want to see? I want to see more poor people.
Yeah,
I want to see people that live paycheck to paycheck that will rip your throat out to get that money at the end, to get that check in the end. Exactly.
Do you really want to see? You want to see cutthroat? Because I'll tell you what, I would go home first because I got a big mouth. I got a big mouth, and I don't know how to keep my mouth shut. I'm not afraid of confrontation, and I know Allison is not either. I could just see. I don't know. I just, for some reason, because I know you from the sequester world, and I'm very familiar with that now. You are synonymous with me. I'm Allison. Who the hell are you?
Exactly.
You asked me a question, I'm going to answer it.
And so, I mean, I fell in love with you from that moment on. I was like, she's serving it. Yes, bitch. Come on.
Call me stupid to my face, right?
You're stupid. Yeah, I said it. I could quote her. I mean, the quotable shit like that is stuff that I want on my television. Being a straight man, I thought Audrey was hot. She was confusing me. There's no being confused if you thought Audrey was hot, because if you're a straight man, she's a straight woman. So you were actually,
she is hot.
Don't be
love
confused.
At first sight. I love her. I love her.
So I'm telling you right now, I think we have a lot to talk about. And I got to tell you, I have thoroughly enjoyed my time with you beautiful ladies.
Yes, I want to do this again.
Likewise.
And I think I would love to do this again. And we will probably more sooner than later. I want to thank everyone, and you guys don't hang up, because when I do off air, we're going to chat for a minute. Okay. I want to thank everyone this is the first live YouTube I've ever done. And I think at our peak, we hit 16 viewers. Hey,
that's pretty amazing.
Better than nobody.
Right. And these people count. Everyone counts. And I love each and every one of you. And I want to thank you all for taking the time to listen to us ramble for an hour and 40 minutes, because, it's not easy to do this for anyone. It's never easy to put yourself out there in whether it's on Big Brother, whether it's on Sequester or any show, or doing this. It's not easy for me to do this alone, edit it and put it out there. And then you have people who tell you suck, and then you have people who tell you they love you. And I could sit here all day and say I don't care about the negative. No, I hear it all and I see it all. But it's never easy, and I want to thank you, the two of you, very much for doing this with me. I cannot thank you enough. I really needed something positive like this right now, and I can't thank you enough. And I thank everyone for watching.
So let's close with some shout outs to the people who participated with us. There's some incredible,
I was about to say,
like Busy Blue, you have been so vocal, and I love the fact that you have shared your comments and your ideas and your thoughts, because trust me, I've missed a lot that you've cued me in on. Right.
Y'all have come up with some really good questions. Let's see. Mars is always supportive. I love Mars. Mars is like my #1 fan. Mars is always commenting on my stuff. So I love you very much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Scroll up. There was more.
Well, I can't. Y'all tell me who else is in there. Busy, Mars.
Benita Tucker had said we're very late to the floor. Benita said Brandi looks different from when she was BBUK. That's how I know Brandi. She was also on BBUK. That's right.
I need to go watch this.
Oh God,
girl. It's filled with collagen.
We're not. We're gonna watch it, and we're gonna live do it. We're gonna do it live in August when they start.
For sure, I need to see it.
Phenomenal. And then we had William Methling, who was from my season of Sequester.
Hey, Bill. Hey.
He is one of the sweetest guys. He is adorable. I love William. I love William. He's here. He was here. I don't know.
Yeah,
and
I don't
who
know
else was here?
Not anymore.
Oh, we missed quite a few. Stephen Holden was here. Hello, Stephen. Goodbye, Stephen, because it looks like you were saying goodbye.
Right.
And thank you so much, everybody, for coming and sharing. And Allison, thank you so much for inviting me, because you put this whole thing together. You orchestrated this. You managed the technical ends. I would have been frazzled and bald-headed, which I might be. You never know.
Oh, they don't even know the conversations we had before this even started about my stomach. Okay, well,
and that's why she needs to go.
And she still pulled it all together with diarrhea, a butt full of diarrhea. She still made it happen. Girl, I'm so proud of you. I couldn't do what you do.
Listen, guys, please put the word out to subscribe to My Weekly Meltdown on YouTube. They are now doing a thing where if you have less than 1,000 people subscribed on YouTube, you basically don't matter to them and you can't monetize, and it's just ridiculous. Yeah. Please, subscribe, share, do whatever. I don't care about views. I just want to get the word out, and I want people to enjoy this. So please subscribe to My Weekly Meltdown on YouTube. I'm on Instagram at the.memphis.darling, Twitter at Summers, SOMMERS 1977. And please like My Weekly Meltdown on Facebook. And guys, please, how can people connect with you?
You can find me right here up Allison's ass, because I am not, she might not want to do this again with me because of my mouth, but I'm going to be like a hemorrhoid on this bitch. I am having too much fun to go anywhere. So I'm just actually going to sit here wearing the same clothes until she hits the live button again. So that's where you can find me. Otherwise, I live my life online and all my friends are fake.
Yeah. You can find me right here with Gizmo and Scooter and Daisy. Yeah, I have no life.
Me neither.
My Finley is taking a nap. He was up here earlier and has decided that, I'm stealing his thunder. So he doesn't share the spotlight with me.
None of my cats like me enough to ever approach me. So they're all laying around in different places. They're like my stepchildren, really.
Okay, guys. So Busy, you have a YouTube channel. Please post a link to it in the comment section of this video so we can check it out.
Definitely, because I'll steal your shit.
Yeah.
If you were good jokes, girl, I'm not original. I would come out looking and haul it back to this channel.
Yeah, please. Anybody out there, and I'm always encouraging people, if you have a YouTube video, if you have anything that you are passionate about, you talk about, I don't care if it's the same thing I talk about, post a link in the body. I'm all about supporting fellow YouTubers.
Oh, yes.
I'm not one of these stuck-up bitches that's like, get off my page. Shut up. Whatever. We're all in this together.
That's true. We're just all in this together. It's just a big one hot jacuzzi of fake eyelashes and smeared lipstick. That's me and Debs and Allison. Right. So let me tell you what.
I don't wear lipstick.
I know, bitch. It was a hint.
And I don't wear fake eyelashes either. I don't know how to put them on.
Oh, Lord have mercy. Okay, guys. So we're going to wrap this up. You guys don't hang up, but I'm going to hang up with the world.
Bye, world.
Bye, world. Bye,
Thank you so much for watching. And whenever we do this again, I will definitely post it and give you guys a heads up ahead of time. So, all right. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you guys in a few days. Thanks.
Toodles.
Toodles.